Learn to harmonize mind with self.
Imagine your emotions as a crowded marketplace, noise everywhere, but hidden treasures waiting to be found. Glowing Star Story-Driven Introduction. When we talk about emotional intelligence, EI, most people imagine psychology textbooks or corporate seminars. But let's step into a different world. Picture yourself walking through a bustling bazaar. Every stall represents an emotion, anger shouting loudly, joy dancing with colors, sadness sitting quietly in a corner, and empathy offering free samples of kindness. The real question is, do you know how to navigate this marketplace? Emotional intelligence is the skill of moving through this chaos with clarity, knowing when to pause, when to listen, and when to act. Brain: the four hidden gates of emotional intelligence. Instead of listing definitions, let's explore EI as a journey through four gates. Self-awareness gate. You stop at a mirror stall. It shows not your face, but your emotions. Suspense: will you recognize anger before it explodes? Will you notice joy before it fades? Self-management gate. A stallkeeper offers ropes and sails. These symbolize control. Thrill: can you steer your emotions like a ship through stormy waters? Social awareness gate. Here, empathy is sold as spices. You taste them and suddenly understand what others feel. Suspense: will you notice the silent pain behind someone's smile? Relationship management gate. Finally, you reach a stall where connections are woven like carpets. Thrill: can you weave trust, resolve conflicts, and inspire others? Performing arts suspense element, the marketplace twist. Here's the twist: the marketplace never closes. Emotions keep arriving, bargaining, shouting, whispering. Emotional intelligence is not about silencing the market, it's about learning to dance with it. Open book case example, narrative style. Ali, a young entrepreneur, once felt overwhelmed by anger during negotiations. Instead of reacting, he paused at the self-awareness gate. He realized his anger came from fear of losing control. By reframing, he managed his emotions, empathized with the client, and built a stronger deal. The thrill wasn't just success, it was discovering the hidden treasure of emotional intelligence. Globe with meridians: why emotional intelligence matters. In workplaces, EI is the difference between leaders who inspire and those who burn out. In families, EI is the bridge between generations. In health, EI reduces stress and strengthens resilience. Suspense builds when you realize EI is not optional, it's survival in a noisy emotional marketplace. Crystal ball: lifelong journey. Emotional intelligence is not a skill you learn once. It's a lifelong bazaar you keep revisiting. Each day, new emotions arrive, and each day, you refine your ability to navigate them. The journey continues. Imagine you are still walking through that emotional marketplace. Yesterday, you discovered the four gates of emotional intelligence. Today, you decide to explore the stalls more deeply, each stall offering a practice, a ritual, a way to master emotions. Person in lotus position practice 1, the mirror ritual, self-awareness. At the mirror stall, you pause. Instead of checking your appearance, you ask, what emotion is visiting me right now? How to practice: spend 5 minutes daily naming your emotions. I feel anxious. I feel hopeful. Naming is taming. Suspense element: the thrill lies in realizing emotions lose their power once they are recognized. Science: studies show labeling emotions reduces their intensity and strengthens self-awareness. Story: a teacher began naming her emotions before class. Soon, she noticed her stress soften, and her teaching improved. Notebook practice 2, the rope and sail exercise, self-management. At the stall of ropes and sails, you learn control. Emotions are like winds, they can push you off course unless you steer. How to practice: when anger or fear rises, pause. Breathe deeply. Imagine tying the rope to anchor yourself. Suspense element: the thrill lies in realizing storms don't sink ships, lack of steering does. Science: mindful breathing reduces cortisol and strengthens emotional regulation. Story: a young entrepreneur paused during heated negotiations. Instead of reacting, he breathed, anchored himself, and turned conflict into collaboration. Ear practice 3, the spice tasting, social awareness. At the spice stall, empathy is offered. You taste it and suddenly understand others' emotions. How to practice: each day, observe someone's body language. Ask, what might they be feeling? Suspense element: the thrill lies in realizing empathy reveals hidden stories behind silent faces. Science: empathy activates mirror neurons, helping us connect deeply with others. Story: a nurse noticed a patient's quiet sadness. By asking gently, she uncovered fears and offered comfort. Light bulb practice 4, the carpet weaving, relationship management. At the carpet stall, threads symbolize trust. You weave them carefully, knot by knot. How to practice: each day, express appreciation to someone. A simple, thank you, strengthens bonds. Suspense element, the thrill lies in realizing relationships are woven daily, not built overnight. Science, gratitude and appreciation improve relationship satisfaction and reduce conflict. Story, a manager began thanking her team daily. Soon, morale improved, and productivity soared. Open book real-life story, narrative style. Consider Sarah, a mother balancing work and family. By practicing the mirror ritual, rope and sail breathing, spice tasting empathy, and carpet weaving appreciation, she noticed her stress decrease. Emotional intelligence didn't erase problems, but it gave her strength to face them with clarity. Globe with Meridian's lifelong impact. Daily emotional intelligence practices are not quick fixes. They are seeds planted in the mind. With consistency, they grow into awareness, adaptability, empathy, and connection. The suspense lies in discovering that emotional intelligence is built one small step at a time. The marketplace awakens. You return to the emotional marketplace. But something feels different. The noise is still there, anger shouting, joy dancing, sadness whispering, yet you notice a shift. Instead of being overwhelmed, you begin to move with confidence. Emotional intelligence has started to transform you. Brain psychological shifts through emotional intelligence. Clarity in chaos, where once emotions felt like storms, now they appear as signals guiding your path. Reduced anxiety and stress, emotional intelligence lowers cortisol, helping you stay calm under pressure. Resilient identity, you begin to see yourself not as a victim of emotions, but as their navigator. Suspense element, imagine standing in the middle of chaos, deadlines, conflicts, uncertainty, yet feeling calm, as if emotional intelligence itself became your compass. Briefcase practical impact in daily life. Emotional intelligence spills into every corner of life. Workplace, leaders with EI inspire loyalty, resolve conflicts, and create innovation. Relationships, couples who practice EI recover faster from disagreements and grow stronger. Health, EI improves sleep, lowers blood pressure, and strengthens immunity. Research insight, studies show that people with high emotional intelligence report greater happiness and stronger resilience. Performing arts suspense element, the hidden shift. At first, EI feels like effort, naming emotions, pausing to breathe, empathizing with others. But then, subtle changes appear. You pause naturally before reacting. You notice hidden emotions in others. You feel connected to the present moment. The thrill lies in realizing transformation is happening quietly, beneath the surface, like roots growing deep before a tree blossoms. Globe with Meridian social ripple effect. Emotional intelligence doesn't just change individuals, it changes communities. Schools, EI programs improve student focus and reduce bullying. Hospitals, patients treated by emotionally intelligent staff recover faster. Workplaces, teams with EI culture innovate more and burn out less. Suspense builds when you realize EI could be the hidden key to a more compassionate society. Open book case example. Consider Amina, a corporate manager. Her team faced constant deadlines and conflicts. By practicing EI, self-awareness, self-management, empathy, and appreciation, she noticed morale improve, meetings became calmer, and conflicts resolved faster. The thrill was not just her transformation, but the ripple effect on everyone around her. Crystal ball long-term transformation. Emotional intelligence doesn't just change moods, it changes identity. You begin to see yourself as someone who rises after setbacks, adapts to challenges, and inspires others. Identity shift, you no longer define yourself by stress. Leadership growth, you lead with adaptability and empathy. Community impact, your EI sparks transformation in those around you. Suspense lies in realizing that emotional intelligence is contagious, your practice inspires others to grow stronger. Glowing star, the emotional intelligence paradox. Here's the paradox, EI doesn't erase problems. Deadlines, conflicts, and crises will still exist. The suspense lies in realizing that EI changes how you experience those problems. Stressful events lose their power, and clarity becomes your default state. Open book real-life story. Bilal, a nurse, faced exhausting shifts. By practicing EI, naming emotions, mindful breathing, and expressing empathy to patients, he noticed reduced burnout and deeper patient trust. The thrill was not just his recovery, but the healing environment he created for others. Globe with Meridian's future of emotional intelligence. Technology is now part of EI transformation. Apps, guided journaling makes EI practice accessible. Virtual retreats, online communities support global EI growth. AI tools, personalized EI journeys track progress. Suspense lies in imagining a future where emotional intelligence is as common as physical exercise, a global movement toward emotional wellness. Glowing star lifelong journey. Emotional intelligence mastery is not about escaping challenges. It's about living fully, with awareness, adaptability, and compassion. The ultimate suspense lies in discovering that wisdom was never outside you, it was hidden within, waiting to be uncovered. Advanced practices for emotional intelligence mastery. Once the basics of self-awareness, self-management, empathy, and relationship building become natural, emotional intelligence can be taken to deeper levels. Mindful reflection. Spend 10 minutes daily reviewing moments of emotional strength. Ask, did I respond wisely today? Perspective shifting at scale. Consciously view situations from multiple angles, even global or societal conflicts. Suspense lies in realizing how differently events appear when seen through emotional intelligence. Silent observation. Practice observing emotions without judgment. Even small irritations lose power when noticed calmly. Compassion training. Extend EI beyond loved ones, to strangers, colleagues, even those you disagree with. Case example, a leader practicing mindful reflection discovered that workplace conflicts weren't about incompetence but about stress. Emotional intelligence transformed his leadership style. Brain long-term benefits. Emotional intelligence mastery reshapes identity, health, and relationships. Resilient identity. You begin to see yourself as someone who thrives through awareness and adaptability. Health. EI lowers blood pressure, strengthens immunity, and improves sleep quality. Relationships. Long-term EI deepens trust, intimacy, and cooperation. Leadership. Leaders with high EI inspire loyalty and innovation. Research insight. Studies show that executives who practiced EI achieved stronger team cohesion and higher performance. Performing arts suspense element. The ultimate twist. Here's the twist: emotional intelligence doesn't erase problems. Conflicts, deadlines, and crises will still exist. The suspense lies in realizing that EI changes how you experience those challenges. Stressful events lose their power, and clarity becomes your default state. Globe with Meridian's emotional intelligence as a lifestyle. Mastery means EI is no longer a practice you do, it becomes who you are. At work, you lead with empathy and adaptability. At home, you listen deeply, creating stronger bonds. In society, you contribute to a calmer, more compassionate world. Suspense builds when you realize EI could be the hidden key to transforming not just individuals, but entire communities. Open book case example. Fatima, a doctor, faced constant emergencies. By integrating EI into her daily routine, journaling before surgeries, mindful breathing during shifts, empathy with patients, she noticed reduced burnout and deeper patient trust. The thrill was not just her recovery, but the ripple effect on her hospital environment. Crystal ball future of emotional intelligence. Technology is now part of EI mastery. Apps, guided journaling and EI reminders make practice accessible. Virtual retreats, online communities support global EI growth. AI tools, personalized EI journeys track progress and provide feedback. Suspense lies in imagining a future where emotional intelligence is as common as physical exercise, a global movement toward emotional wellness. Glowing Star Lifelong Journey. Emotional intelligence mastery is not about escaping challenges. It's about living fully, with awareness, adaptability, and compassion. The ultimate suspense lies in discovering that wisdom was never outside you, it was hidden within, waiting to be uncovered. With advanced practices, long-term benefits, and lifestyle integration, EI becomes a lifelong journey. Stress will always exist, but with mastery, you can always find clarity in uncertainty. If this video inspired you, don't forget to subscribe to Wellness Within USA, share it with friends, and comment below how emotional intelligence is shaping your journey. Together, we can build a global community of wisdom, empathy, and emotional strength.